The Lofts at Chimney Hill offer the very best in living lifestyle. With open kitchens, gas ranges, hardwood floors, high ceilings, tall windows filling space with natural light, and free outdoor parking and barbecue. Join us today at nedprop.com.
Good morning, Manayunk, and welcome to another episode of Manayunk Mornings. This is Season 2, Episode 8, and we are ready for summer here in Manayunk. I'm your host, Caitlin.
And I'm Leo.
And we have another great episode in store today.
Yeah, we've got Tim from Roots to Rise joining us on the couch this week.
And then, Leo, you'll be heading down to Tubby Robot for this episode's store tour.
Another great episode about ice cream.
I know, I was going to say, nothing wrong with ice cream in the morning, and especially with summer coming up, as we mentioned, it's the perfect season for ice cream in Manayunk. And I must say that their flavors are amazing.
Yeah.
My personal favorite is honey lavender.
I'm excited. But first up, the Manayunk Morning Minute. This week's news is brought to you by Terry Leahy Films. Terry Leahy Films, it's a whole different animal.
This Saturday, May 27th, the Spicy Belly is hosting Boards and Brews. Grab your friends for a few rounds of board games from 7 to 9 p.m. and stick around for a late night happy hour specials from 10 p.m. to midnight. Roots to Rise is starting their summer outdoor yoga series this week. Join them at Venice Island Performing Arts Center this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and this Sunday on the Manayunk Bridge from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The 21st Ward Veterans Association is hosting their annual Memorial Day services on Monday, May 29th at 10 a.m. at the Wissahickon War Memorial.
Manayunk.com is kicking off summer with their Stroll the Street Thursday night event series starting Thursday, June 1st from 5 to 9 p.m. Visit Manayunk.com for the full lineup of events. Lucky's Last Chance is getting involved in Philly Beer Week in a big way. On Friday, June 2nd, stop by from 4 to 7 p.m. to enjoy a cold beer with the master brewer of Unibrew. Bring the whole family out to Venice Island Performing Arts Center for a night of Disney classics on June 2nd and 3rd. Visit their Facebook page for ticket information. REI and United by Blue are teaming up to clean up the Wissahickon Creek. Supplies will be provided. All you have to do is show up at Valley Green Inn at 10 a.m. Visit United by Blue's website to register.
Lots going on in Manayunk as usual.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited for Stroll to start next week. We've got a lot in store this summer.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun summer. And next up, we've got Tim coming down the couch. Tim's from Roots to Rise. Tim, come on down.
Hey, Tim. Welcome to the couch.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Tim, for those that don't know, tell us about what Roots to Rise is.
Roots to Rise is an organization that works to make yoga and mindfulness available and accessible throughout the city of Philadelphia.
And how did you guys get your start?
We started because one of my friends came up to me one day and said, "Do you want to teach guys in prison?" I said, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I was meeting with the warden. 8 months later, I was teaching at Kern Fromhold Correctional Facility, which is a facility up in Northeast Philadelphia. Taught 80 classes for a year. That program led to several other programs. We teach weekly classes in parks and rec centers throughout the city. We teach in schools. We've taught in homeless shelters. Some of it's volunteer, some of it's low costs, and that's what we do. Our intention is about access and availability, and in my mind, that's about cost and location. So it's important to be out in the community, providing a service to the community.
So what brings you guys to Manayunk?
We started teaching at Venice Island and at the Manayunk Bridge last summer, just to get it out there to people, and we're continuing that this summer as well.
So what's your summer schedule going to look like? Where can people find your classes and where can they join them?
Everything's on our website, which is www.roots2rise.com. But in Manayunk, our schedule will be Venice Island, Saturday mornings, 10 to 11 a.m. Manayunk Bridge, Sunday mornings, 10 to 11 a.m.
So tell us about why you think yoga is so powerful in people's lives and kind of, what role you think it plays.
It does something personally for you. It's healthy. It is beneficial for long-term longevity, and it connects you to a body and an awareness that you probably didn't realize. And what else it does is it connects you to the people that you're practicing with, and that's a big thing.
So you said you were a little intimidated the first class that you went to. So what advice do you have for first-timers coming to a class at Roots to Rise?
Come and have no expectations. Just be prepared to enjoy yourself.
So before you go, Tim, we have to pull out our Manayunk More Than a Pint glass, and you're gonna have to reach in there and answer a couple questions.
Just read it right out loud.
What was the first concert you went to?
Oh, that's a good one.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses, that's a good one.
I was in 8th grade.
In 8th grade, all right.
My dad took me.
And now I'm gonna head on down to Tubby Robot for this week's store tour. Thanks, Leo. I'm here with Chris McGuire, owner of Tubby Robot Ice Cream Factory. Chris, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Leo.
So, what is this place?
So the Tubby Robot Ice Cream Factory is the greatest place in the world. Basically, it's a combination of homemade ice cream and video games. Right now, we have a lot of the basics. We have your vanilla, your chocolate, your cookies and cream, your mint chocolate chip. We get into weirder stuff when we get into lavender honey, Mexican chocolate. We're soon going to be coming out with a sea salt caramel that people will really knock us over for, I believe. We like sundaes. We think that's the ideal form of ice cream. Ice cream is awesome alone, but it can tend to be a little homogeneous. It's always cold, it's always creamy, but if you add different things that have different textures and temperatures, you get something amazing. So my personal favorite is a Belgian waffle sundae, which we make fresh from scratch. It comes out nice and crispy. You put that gloppy ice cream on it, it's really good.
Not only do you guys have ice cream, but you also have video games. What is this system?
So this system is what we like to call Wallovision, and I believe it's the only installation like this in all the world. Because our shop is only 8 feet wide, we have to project our video games outside onto the adjoining alley wall. So we are shooting basically beams of light of video games onto the wall, and you can play with arcade joysticks at the windows. And we basically have every arcade game made in the last 30 years.
Quite the arsenal up there.
Yeah, and we change it every week.
And who is this fine gentleman over here?
Oh, that is my business partner, Steve Wright, Steve Wright Jr. We've been friends since 6th grade. That's 24 years for us now, and we made this all together.
So Chris, where do you make all this ice cream in such a small place?
Well, I'll show you, Leo. Let's go.
Oh, we're over here, and here's Steve.
Hey!
So, this is where the magic happens, huh?
That's right, we make all of our ice cream back here by hand.
That's great. And storage? Got everything, and you're making fudge? What is this?
That's right, right now I'm making hot fudge for the day. We make it from scratch, and it's one of the core components of all of our sundaes, so we try to make it as best as possible.
That's great. Well, time to go back to the counter, huh?
Sounds good.
Oh! Wow, this place sure is magical.
That's right, we do our best.
So Chris, why Manayunk?
Well, Manayunk is my hometown, first of all. Like, I live 2 blocks away. So being able to walk to work is amazing. But also because Main Street's incredible. I moved here because you can walk to 40 different restaurants, and being in part of that is amazing.
Well, Chris, thank you for giving me a tour of your store today.
Anytime.
And now we're gonna send it on back to the couch.
And that's our episode for today. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Manayunk Mornings. Special thanks as always to Smoke and Johns for hosting us here on the couch, and to Terry Leahy Films for producing this episode, and all of our show sponsors. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Leo.
And this is Tim from Roots to Rise, and we hope to see you this summer on Saturdays and Sundays at Venice Island and the Manayunk Bridge for some yoga. Namaste.
I'm gonna stay in bed. Terrible.